Alright, we're back with another video, except for this time I'm very excited about this video. If you have not noticed, there is a logo on my hat. And we're going to talk about what this logo means and why I'm so excited about it. So if you know, or if you've been friends with me, you know that I have been wanting to do a podcast for over a year now. I have came up with names, I've came up with logos, this, that, and the other. I just never committed. And with that reason, mainly being is because I have learned in the last, 2 or so years that if you do not pray about something and if you just kind of act on your own for what could benefit you, and if it's not really what God has called you to do, that either it's going to be a waste of time or your life is just going to be 10 times harder. It has been about 2 years now since I've really dove headfirst into my walk with God. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. Has it been worth it every single day? And I think that's why I tend to be so passionate and word vomit when it comes to talking about God, is because I know firsthand, witnessed it, what he has done for me and for my family. I just feel like everybody has their own story to tell, and I feel like if you don't tell your stories, or if you don't talk about things that some people just may not ever know, you could be the one person that they come across and you say exactly what they needed to hear that makes them go open a Bible up or rekindle their relationship with God. So fast forward to the logo and where the name came from and all of that. So I have wanted to do the podcast. I have not committed to anything because I just never got that feeling of, this is right or this is going to be the most beneficial. So I've just put it off. If you also know, about 6 months ago, we have been beyond blessed with our house that sits on 40 acres. And here lately, I have really been wanting to figure out a way to not only benefit from the land like us ourselves, but also to figure out how to serve God through our land. So that was pretty much project number 2. So on this hand, I had project number 1, a podcast. This hand, I had project number 2, what we could do with all the land we have to benefit God. So about a little over a week ago, I was in the car alone, which is rare, and I was praying out loud, and I asked for 2 things specifically. I asked for really more so like a podcast name, something that was catchy, something that wouldn't fade off. Like I didn't want to be cliche. And then on this hand, I was asking, praying about the land. I asked specifically, I said, please give me a vision. Just give me a vision that's clear as day that I don't even have to think about, brainstorm about. It all just falls in my lap, and there I have it. So let's fast forward to this past Monday. I'm driving again in my car alone, rare. And what do you know? A vision, clear as day, hits me like a ton of bricks. And what I would have never thought was the vision included this on this hand, a podcast, and this in this hand, the land and what I wanted to do, and never would have ever guessed or came up myself of incorporating the 2 together. So that's where the name came from. So you hear people spiritually talk about all we need to do is plant seeds. We're here to plant the seed, let Jesus do the rest. We've all heard it. I have been wanting to do a garden or something like that with all of our land. I've even brainstormed hey, we can do a garden and do come pick your own vegetables, and at the end you get a Bible or something. I have brainstormed crazy stuff. So when this hit me, I was like, oh my gosh, that is literally perfect. I can have my podcast and I can have, the garden aspect of it, but instead of just your typical sit down in 2 chairs in a room with lights, camera, whatever, speaking, it's going to be more so based on outdoors. The first few episodes are going to be, we're about to plant a garden. So y'all are going to be able to watch us get the garden ready, disc it up, help us pick out what we're going to plant, all while we're going to be mic'd up, talking about, all things God. So, yeah, I'm excited. I have a lot of different plans with it. I also want to try maybe once a month to do a episode based strictly on, people that may send in emails that you can choose, anonymous or not or whatever. And where if they maybe have questions, or if they're new with their walk with God, or they just need clarity on something, or maybe they relate to something I've said or went through, that we can, touch base on all them things in an episode. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Like I said, I have plans with it, and I'm excited for y'all to be able to not only just sit here and watch me jabber on and on, but it's going to be outside. It's going to be interactive. If guests come on, if one day I get to that point, instead of sitting in here in 2 chairs and someone, feeling maybe timid or awkward, we're going to be outside. We're going to be picking green beans, tomatoes, whatever, while we're chit-chatting about God and, either what he's done for you or what you're struggling with or how you could help somebody else. You know, it may be a couple weeks before I actually get the ball rolling, because I want to have the right, you know, equipment so it's clear, it's something fun for y'all to watch, and I want to do it right. So with that said, I clearly could not wait to come and share it with y'all. But yeah, so if you want to share the video, send it to somebody that may be something they're interested in. Hopefully this is something that is just the start of, you know, something that's going to be 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 30 years down the road. I am going to do like a YouTube channel. I will have a TikTok dedicated to it. But yeah, I'm excited. I am ready to get the ball rolling. But yeah, so like I said, for the 14th millionth time, I'm so excited, and I feel like this is perfect. It's honestly nice just knowing that, you know, this is something that I've prayed about, and it may have taken me over a year to finally commit to it, but I'd much rather go this route and wait on that confirmation from God. Clearly, His way is the best way. You know, I could have tried all day long. I could have tried a year ago when it first came up. But like I said, I've learned in the past that I don't care if it takes a year, a day, 3 days, 3 years. I'd rather act on once I have the assurance from God versus, you know, just going out on a limb and hoping and wishing or whatever. So, yeah, that is pretty much all. Thank y'all for listening to me blabber on about all this. I probably could have made that in a lot shorter video, but like I said, I'm a motor mouth and I word vomit. I just get excited, okay? But that is all. As always, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye.